All right, let's dive into the new SNaaS update, version 3.3. They're making some pretty big promises here, aiming to solve some of the biggest headaches for anyone running an online community. We're talking about three core things: rock-solid stability, real growth insights, and, get this, totally transparent finances. So let's dig in and see what's actually under the hood. But before we get into all the nuts and bolts, let's start with a really important question. I want you to think about this for a sec. If you're running a community, doesn't matter if it's 100 people or 100,000, what is the single biggest threat that can just kill it? And nope, it's not what you're probably thinking. It's not spammers. It's not even the trolls. It's something much, much more fundamental. It's losing user trust. It's as simple as that. Think about it. If your platform is buggy, if it's slow, if it keeps crashing, people just lose faith, right? They stop showing up. They definitely stop inviting their friends. And just like that, your community grinds to a halt. And once that trust is shattered, man, getting it back is next to impossible. And that, right there, is the core problem that SNaaS V3.3 is built to solve. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about building that foundation of trust. The first major pillar of this whole release is all about delivering that rock-solid reliability that everyone has been asking for. You know this feeling. We've all been there. You've got a huge event planned, and boom, a critical bug hits. Or maybe the site just goes down, right in the middle of a fantastic conversation. These aren't just little technical oopsies. No way. They are confidence killers, and they actively drive your members away. So what's their fix? They're calling it the Zero Bug Initiative, and it's basically a three-part plan to just crush instability. First up, the Zero Bug Core. They've gone through and squashed all those annoying legacy bugs and performance bottlenecks. Then there's guaranteed uptime, thanks to a new globally distributed system. This just means your community is running from multiple places at once, so one problem won't take you down. And finally, performance optimization, which means faster, snappier API responses, so the whole user experience just feels fluid. And they're not just hoping for better uptime, they're guaranteeing it. We're talking 99.99%. Now, what does that actually mean? It means your community might be down for less than 1 hour for the entire year. That's not a target, it's a promise. It's that peace of mind, knowing your community is always there when your members need it. Okay, so having a stable platform is absolutely crucial, but it doesn't mean your community will automatically grow. For that, you need insights, you need data. So the next big thing in 3.3 is all about moving from just guessing to making real data-backed decisions. One of the coolest new tools here is the member acquisition funnel. For the first time, you can actually see a user's entire journey, from that very first impression to the moment they sign up, all the way to their first real session. And this is huge, because now you can see exactly where you're losing people. It's like finding the leaks in your bucket so you can finally patch them up. All right, next up, let's talk about a metric that's a total game changer for understanding organic growth. It's called the viral coefficient, or K-factor. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. All it does is measure one simple thing. For every existing user you have, how many new users are they bringing in? That's it. It's the ultimate measure of your word-of-mouth power. So why should you care? Well, here's the magic number. 1. If your K-factor gets above 1, you've done it. You've hit sustainable organic growth. It means every member is bringing in more than one new member, and your community starts growing all by itself. It's that viral loop everyone talks about. Honestly, this is kind of the holy grail for community growth, and now you can actually track it. But look, getting new users is just one part of the puzzle, right? The real trick is getting them to stick around. So how do you measure that? How do you figure out what makes your community sticky? Well, they've added something called cohort analysis. Here's how it works. It groups your users based on when they joined, say everyone who signed up in January. Then it tracks that group over time. How many are still active after 30 days, 90 days, a full year? This is how you find out if your community actually has long-term value. You roll out a new feature. Did it actually make people stick around longer? Now you'll know for sure. Okay, so we've covered stability and we've covered growth insights. The third and final big piece of this update tackles a huge source of stress for, well, pretty much everyone: surprise bills. This part is all about getting rid of billing anxiety with total cost control. So how does it work? Well, first, the pricing model is way more predictable. It scales directly with your active users, billed by the hour. But here's the really smart part. The more your community grows, the less you pay per user.
Think about that. You're actually being rewarded for your success, not punished for it. It makes budgeting so much clearer. But the new pricing is just the start. The real game changer for managing your costs is a brand new feature they're calling the Transparent Wallet.
And it's exactly what it sounds like. It is your financial command center. You can watch your costs add up in real time. No more waiting for the end of the month bill shock. You can see a detailed breakdown of where every single cent is going. And my favorite part, you can set budget alerts. Just set your limit, and the system lets you know when you're getting close. It completely eliminates that fear of the surprise bill.
And that granular breakdown is just so powerful. For the first time, you can actually see visually where your money's going. How much is for storage? How much for API calls? Bandwidth? Compute? Seeing it like this lets you make way smarter decisions about how you use your resources. It's no longer a black box. So let's pull all this together. What is the big promise of SNaaS 3.3? This isn't just another update with a few new bells and whistles. They're really pitching this as a partnership, a whole new way of working with you. It really all boils down to these three pillars. Stability, so you have a platform you can actually build on. Insight, so you have the data you need to grow effectively. And finally, trust. Trust in the platform's performance and trust in its transparent business practices. So the crucial point is this. SNaaS is trying to provide a truly rock-solid, predictable foundation for your growth. The whole point is to let community managers, people like you, stop worrying about the tech and the bills and just get back to doing what you love, actually building your community. And that leaves us with one final thought. Every single community, yours included, is built on a foundation. With these changes, the real question isn't just about features anymore, it's about trust. Your community deserves a foundation of trust. So, are you ready to build it?